viewers, welcome to KANISHKA IAS. Today's topic is PM's visit to Sri Lanka. So in this video we will be discussing about what is the significance of the visit, what are the MOUs that have been signed and what are the inaugurations taken place and the Sri Lanka and India relations. Coming to the theme of the meeting. What is the theme of the meeting? It is joint vision for a shared future of India and Sri Lanka. Coming to the importance of the background. Why did this summit takes place? It is to maintain the bilateral ties between India and Sri Lanka. Who attended this meeting? See, it is PM Narendra Modi ji from India and President, it's not the Prime Minister. Remember, President Anura Kumara had attended this summit from Sri Lanka. Now, what is this Mitra Vibhushan Award? This is the highest civilian award of Sri Lanka that has been conferred to Narendra Modi ji by the President of Sri Lanka. Coming to the what are the MOUs that have been signed during this visit. The first is Defence Cooperation Agreement. So, there is no Defence Cooperation Agreement that had been signed till date. So, this becomes the first ever Defence Agreement signed between these two countries for a duration of 5 years. And what is the importance of this Defence Agreement? It is maritime security, providing training to the military and the military exercises and exchange of defense technology between both the countries. Coming to the energy sector. What is the development that is going to take place to develop the Trincomalee region as a energy hub? Where is this Trincomalee region? We have already seen in the map. See, this is the Trincomalee region that will be developed as energy hub. And in this area, it is Sampur solar power project that will be established by the governments with 120 megawatt capacity. Why is this solar power project important? Because this power project will be funded entirely by Indian government as part of this MOU that had been signed. Now coming to the digital payments and economic connectivity. See, India had already taken a step by expanding the UPI services to Sri Lanka in 2024, and India had also promised on debt restructuring and proposed currency swap agreement. Why did this take place? Due to the economic crisis that had been taken place in Sri Lanka in 2023, India had already expanded its services to Sri Lanka. And then coming to security. Security cooperation in Indian Ocean plays a vital role. Coming to the security aspect between India and Sri Lanka. So, Combo Security Conclave. A speech was also given by PM Narendra Modi ji during the visit. This also includes Bangladesh, Mauritius and Maldives. What is the important aspect with this Colombo Security Conclave? See, Sri Lanka had promised India that there will be no anti-Indian activities that will be taken place against India and to counter China. Why it is important to counter China with respect to security part? Why is China existent in Sri Lanka is the topic. See, Sri Lanka have the influence of China. Why? Because we already know China will be always trying to have its influence in all the border countries, all the boundaries of oceans. The same way Sri Lanka was given a financial assistance from China, and hence due to the economic crisis that had taken place in Sri Lanka was unable to pay back the financial assistance provided by China, which led to the debt trap of China. So, China in return was given the Hambantota port. It was given for China for a lease of 99 years. Hence, there is Chinese influence in Sri Lanka. So, it is important to curtail China's influence in Sri Lanka to maintain good ties between India and Sri Lanka. Coming to the cultural diplomacy and Buddhist heritage. PM Narendra Modi ji along with President of Sri Lanka had visited the Mahabodhi temple. What is this Mahabodhi temple? See, there is Bodh Gaya in which the main Mahabodhi tree is present, which gave the enlightenment to the Gautama Buddha. And the sapling of this tree is this Mahabodhi temple, right? So, they visited this and it was made a pilgrimage site of Buddhists. Coming to the Next point, inaugurated Indian funded cultural restoration and community infrastructure projects in Sri Lanka. And then humanitarian support and Tamil housing initiatives. See, whenever Sri Lanka was in crisis, India helped in some or the other ways by providing economic assistance or in the form of food or in the form of the ambulances, school buses, etc. etc. All these assistance was given by India to Sri Lanka. And then scholarship to Tamil students in Indian universities was promised by the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. And then India to construct 10,000 houses. There are already 60,000 houses being constructed in Sri Lanka to help the Tamil families residing in Sri Lanka. With this visit, Modi had promised another 10,000 houses will be built hereafter. Coming to the inaugurations that had been taken place. There are 2 railway lines that had been inaugurated by the Prime Minister during this visit. It always deals with connectivity. The first one being 128 kilometers Maho and Omantai railway line. The second one being the advanced signalling system. From Maho to Anuradhapura is the another railway line that is inaugurated by PM Narendra Modi ji. Coming to the other outcomes. What are the other outcomes of this summit? First one is fishermen issue. See, there are also some movies released recently regarding this, fishermen being caught by the Coast Guard officers of respective countries. So, to curtail this, there was talks between Indian Prime Minister and Sri Lankan President. The Foreign Minister of Sri Lanka had promised he will release the fishermen that had got from India soon, and 11 members were already released on the same day when the talks had taken place, right. This is one of the outcome, and the second outcome being definitely there will be an annual summit that will be taken place every year. And then direct ferry service between Rameshwaram and Jaffna. See, Rameshwaram is located in India and Jaffna is located in Sri Lanka. So, there will be a direct ferry service between these 2 places. And then strengthen education and tourism exchange is another important outcome of this visit. Coming to the way back from Sri Lanka, not only the visit, the outcome, the way back also had led to another important outcomes of PM Narendra Modi ji. What are those way back outcomes? That is darshan of Ramasetu on the way back in Rameshwaram. The second one being Surya Tilak at the rate Ayodhya. What does this Surya Tilak mean? See, on the day of Ram Navami, the sun rays will directly fall on the idol that is placed in Ayodhya. That is known as Surya Tilak, and inauguration of Pamban Bridge had taken place on the same day. These are the way back outcomes from Sri Lanka by Narendra Modi ji. And then coming to the India and Sri Lanka relations. Whenever you read a topic, you should definitely understand what are the other groupings or what are the other important groups where India and Sri Lanka are part of. Focusing on neighborhood first policy being the first one, second one being Mahasagar, where other countries are also part of it, and then BIMSTEC, the 7 group members where Sri Lanka is part of it, and then coming to the SAR, and then IORA, then SLINAX, which is a Sri Lanka India naval exercise, and then Mitra Shakti being the army exercise. These are the other groupings where Sri Lanka and in India both are part of. So, in the exam perspective, you should also remember what are the other groupings that both are part of. So, we have discussed about the background of the visit. Why did Narendra Modi ji visit Sri Lanka? What are the outcomes? What are the MOUs? What is the significance, and what are the outcomes from way back of Narendra Modi and the similar groupings of both India and Sri Lanka. So, this is all for today. Thank you so much.